Moving on, Cheryl Twomey says, I love this question so much. What if we're wrong? What if identity politics is simply the way humans are supposed to be? What if individualism is self-centered and being part of a collective leads to a sense of belonging? What if looking out for our global brothers is the way it's supposed to go and patriotism towards one country is an archaic notion? Aren't conservatives inherently selfish bastards who care only for their bank accounts and themselves? You know, Cheryl, that's such a great question, and the reason it's a great question is because I ask myself that question every single day. Every day I ask myself, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? What if we're wrong? I mean, what if we're fighting a fight that doesn't need to be fought? What if our threat antennas that see the ruin in things like endless spending and open borders, what if we're wrong? What if you could just keep printing money? What if it is in fact an endless field of clover without predators and we're just archaic anachronisms who really do belong in the dustbin of history? I ask myself, I don't ask it every day, but I ask it frequently because I do not want to become one of them. I don't want to become a person who's so driven by ideology that I can't see the facts. I can't see what's on the ground. It's another reason why we're so much stronger than them and better than them, by the way. Just better. Fitter is a better word. We're more fit than these progressive douches because we're capable of asking ourselves questions like this. I cannot conceive of them asking that question because, frankly, my experience with progressives is they can't ask whether they're wrong and we're right because they just don't have the faintest idea what we believe. They only believe what they think we believe. That's all we are to them. We're just cartoon images. We're evil boogeymen so they can feel good about themselves. So I can't imagine that they go through this procedure, but I go through it quite a lot. I do ask myself, am I fighting Obamacare for the wrong reason? Is this the future? Just because it's the future doesn't mean it's right. But is this right? Is it correct? Is it good? Is it great or good? Is it good? And then you have to come back to the evidence. And the evidence is you can't print money forever. You can't spend more than you take in forever. Sooner or later, it's going to collapse. There is, in fact, an invasion of the West by Islam, and Russia's pushing back, and China's aggressive, and all of these things which have been kept at bay by our strength and our dedication to spend money on our strength. And the profound professionalism and intelligence and courage of our military has kept these forces at bay for so long that the reason we're in this trouble and the reason everything's going awry is because we've done such a great job of keeping this threat away from our shores that we don't think there's a threat anymore. But I look at what's happening in the world. I see big threats, and I see economic threats, and I see cultural threats. I see things dissolving. I see the most vicious toxicity in American cities. This is what entitlement and envy and rage and just, there's 13,000 illegal gang members in LA alone, and it's just like, my God. And if these threats are correct, then our response is correct. And if it turns out you can't print wealth, only money, and that by printing money you ruin the economy, then Obamacare is a disaster. It's a disaster because it pulls away choice and raises prices. And it means that when the government decides that you're out of health care, you're out of health care. And you don't get to go someplace else. I don't want to live that way. And I don't think anybody else does either. I saw Seth MacFarlane, that douche. What a giant absolute jerk that guy is. I saw him doing his thing for Bernie Sanders, talking about maybe a little socialism would be good for us. And then Seth goes, now, I, of course, will continue to go to my expensive doctor in Beverly Hills. And everybody laughs. I just stop right there. It's like, Seth, you either will or you won't. Right? You either will or you won't. If you do go to your expensive doctor in Beverly Hills, then you are asking for an option that's not available to other people, and that's the entire reason you're making the argument in the first place. Or you will not go to your expensive doctor in Beverly Hills because there won't be any expensive doctors in Beverly Hills. It's going to be one or the other. So basically what you're saying is you're lying to yourself if you don't think you're going to end up in a National Health Service clinic, unless you do end up someplace other than a National Health Service clinic, which means that there are, in fact, two parallel systems of healthcare, and one of them is for everybody. No choice, doesn't matter if you work hard, doesn't matter what you pay. One of them is for everybody, and the other one is for you. And when I say you, we know who we mean. You, Sarah Silverman, Matt Damon, Harvey Weinstein, James Cameron, you secretly know that you're going to keep your rich benefits. You just want to feel good about it. You want to lock out everybody else's choices and make them go to clinics, and you're saying we're doing that to pull the bottom up. Nonsense. Don't be absurd. And just to watch this look on his face when he said, no, I'm still going to go to my expensive Beverly Hill doctors. See, I'm joking about it. See how hip I am? You either are or you aren't. And either one of them is a repulsive answer to this question. See, feel the earthquake there? So anyway, that's that. What if I'm wrong? I may be wrong. Here are the reasons I don't think I'm wrong. I just spent an hour almost telling you why I don't think I'm wrong. I wonder how much time Seth MacFarlane and Sarah Silverman asked themselves whether they're wrong or not.